Oh my god, I'm so out of breath. Anyway, this is my review of the Björk album, Fossora. Okay, so I listened to this album like a little couple of times. This shit was crazy. It's Björk, so like, I'm gonna say Björk and Björk interchangeably because her name is pronounced Björk, but I'm gonna say Björk because I'm gonna mess up. I'm gonna mess up, and you're not gonna say anything about it. This was a great album. I think she described it as her mushroom album, and it sounds like a mushroom, which I don't like mushrooms, any kind of mushrooms, so for me to like this album was honestly a big step for me, and I would wish for you guys to applaud me. Anyway, I'm gonna do a ranking and tier review of it. Not a tier review. I'm gonna do a review of it, and you're gonna tell me you're gonna watch it. Also, I'm gonna mispronounce everything on this album because like, a lot of them are like different languages or something, and I can't do all that. This album, it sounds like a movie. Like it sounds like a story is being told. I don't know if there is a story being told, but it sounds like that. First one is called Atapos. This song is really good. The start of it, what I imagine is it sounds like imagine like this shot, okay? And the shot is like it's showing the sky and the forest, and then it's like, ooh, and then it dives down underneath into the soil, and you see all the little fungus people. And like, or you're seeing like, maybe they're just like roots that are singing. That's what it sounds like. And Björk singing with all of these like weird clarinets all around your head, it sounds so like rigid, but like very human. It's odd because it's a lot of times rigidity in music makes it sound inorganic, but this entire album sounds very organic. So I really commend Björk for that. I think part of the reason why is because it is a clarinet and not a synthesizer or like some other like automated sound. So yeah, it's really cool. I think Björk's vocals on this are fabulous. It's a great way to start off the album. And it has like a reggaeton beat with like and it's so odd. Why the fuck would you put a reggaeton beat with 7 clarinets going around your head while some Icelandic bitch is singing? No idea, but I think it sounds great. I also love how it ends. It ends like, it's genuinely frightening. I very rarely hear sounds, and the sounds themselves make me scared. The sounds at the end of this song are terrifying. I don't know how they made it. It was like, I don't even know how to describe the sounds. It just sounds like panic. The next song is called Ovule. I think it's about eggs. I think it's about fertility and eggs and babies. The synthesizer that is used, you can't tell what is voice and what is horn, which is so incredible. To make these classical instruments and use them in a new way is honestly groundbreaking. I don't know how that could happen. This is insane. The song itself, I don't think Björk knows what a song structure is, or what a tempo is, or what a key is, but it sounds really cool. If I had one gripe about the song, I do think that while Björk has a fabulous voice, Björk, in my opinion, my humble little opinion, has one of the greatest voices of any living musician, at least that I know of. It is incredible. It's so unique. People try and copy it all the time, like Halsey. But it sounds so cool, dude. Yeah, but in this song, she kind of doesn't use her vocal range. She sounds a little bit asleep. I don't know. She could have taken it in many directions, but I feel like I can't get a particular vibe off the voice itself. The singing is good, I just wish it had a little bit more character to it, you know? Especially coming from Björk on her, 10th album, I would appreciate a little bit more pizzazz. The next song, Mycelia, I think it's such a cool song. It's all, I'm just gonna blow steam up Björk's ass the entire album. But this song is really, really, really cool. It's all instrumental. Not instrumental. She does this thing. I think what she did is she hooked up her voice to or maybe multiple people's voice to a synthesizer. So when you press the specific button, it makes the voice like come out of it. Sort of like how Kate Bush in her hit song "Running Up That Hill," she used the lead synthesizer. It's a cello. That's a cello sound, and I think it's just modulated and sampled onto a keyboard. I think Björk did the same thing with just her voice. Again, this song, it sounds so like, I don't know, she plays with space in an odd way. Like, how do I describe this? Songs that I am typically drawn to have a very robust sound design. Like there is no empty space at all when you listen to it. It sounds like you were placed in an environment with so much going on around you. This song is a perfect example of not that. But it's so cool. It's very spaced out, and the specific sounds, they don't sound anemic. They sound very full, and like these voices, they sound like giant like mushroom stems and different sides of your head. You can hear the space all around it, but the voices themselves are so like thick and to the point, I guess. And this song is really cool. It's a short, it has no words to it, but I think it's super rad. The next song, so here, I'm gonna play you the bass end of this song from my speaker. Like, are you kidding me? This song is, actually, I'm changing my rating. I had this rated at an 8.5, or an 8, I'm switching it to a 9. This song is, I'm gonna redo this is live on the scene, change. Ooh, I didn't tell you my name. My name is John. This is my video. This song is so cool. It reminds me a lot of Medulla, her album. It's almost in purely a cappella, but this song is so rad. The chorus that she made for this song, I think it's just her voice, maybe a couple other people's voices, just layered over itself. It's mind-boggling how she can create a chorus that sounds new. Like a chorus has been around since the Greeks, you know what I mean? And she's making a chorus sound new. Are you fucking serious? This song is really cool, and I think the lyrics are really fun. Or not fun, they're like endearing. I don't know who she's singing to, but I felt that all of these voices were singing to me. It goes in Sorrowful Soil, about a woman getting eggs. And then at the very end, she gets cut through this nihilism happening. You did well, you did your best, you did your best. And like, it's so sweet. I think of Björk as this like entity. Like she doesn't sound like a real person or a spirit, she's like an energy. This song makes her sound very human to a degree. Her wordplay is so unique, not wordplay, her lyricism. Her lyricism is entirely her own, and this song sounds so unique, and it's, I just think it's so cool. I was listening to it on the bus today. I was riding back from the doctor's office, and it was so sweet. Okay, the next song is Ancestress, and I'm gonna be honest, I can't get over the gong sound effects. I can't take a gong seriously. I played the gong in 7th grade. Whenever I hear a gong, I'm really put off from the song. I'm sorry, I'm biased on this song, I'm gonna be honest. It's also really fucking long, which I have no problem with. I listen to it. This song is really sweet. Again, it's like, Björk is so authentic with how she communicates, but sometimes how she communicates is so off the beaten path that it's hard to connect to it. But this song, it's like, it reminds me of Born This Way by Lady Gaga. Born This Way is a very direct song. It's like, she's not using any metaphors, she's not beating around the bush, she has a, this is my message, let's go. Madonna called it reductive, but Madonna was wrong. It was just direct. Same thing with this song. A lot of time, Björk's music, it's very shrouded in mystery and whatever, but this song is so direct, and you hear this quite beautiful story of her and her mother that I thought was, it's really sweet and endearing. I will say the best part of this song and most of the album is the ends. I love really chaotic ends. So the ending of this song and a lot of the other songs goes like, and freaks the fuck out. So yeah, I like this one, I thought it was cool. The next song is Fagurt or I Feature. I don't know how to pronounce, how do you pronounce this? Fagurt or Fjörðum? Girl, I don't know. How do I, what the fuck, Björk? Anyway, oh, it's Fjörðum. Anyway, it's a little interlude. A lot of people, when they review albums, like on TikTok, do you ever watch those TikToks? And it's like, they like color rank albums, you know what I mean? And like, first of all, I fucking hate those videos because they're like, Ready or Not by Bridget Medler, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. It's like, girl, what the fuck? Anyway, this, a lot of times, I'm gonna continue with the sound. A lot of times, reviews, they don't include the interludes as part of the overall score. and I don't know why they do that. I love an interlude. I think interludes are a great way to make the album sound like one full listening experience. Sometimes I'll go back and listen to it, like if I want to like get the vibe of an album, but I don't want to listen to the full album that I've already heard before, I'll just listen to an interlude or two, and then I feel the feeling of that album. So I enjoy interludes. I will say that I didn't like this interlude too much. It wasn't terrible at all. I think that this interlude could have been more thought out. Okay, the next song is Victimhood, and I think that this song, it has those micro beats that Björk is incredibly famous for from her Vespertine and Homogenic records, where she sort of pioneered those sounds. I don't say pioneered, but she really popularized it and was extremely influential with it on people like Kanye West. Kanye West cites Björk as one of his main influences, so fuck that, except Kanye West is crazy. I like the idea of referencing your past work in your own work, so I thought it was really, really cool and added to the overall aesthetic of this album to just have a little bit of splash of her original work. I thought it was great. It gives the vibe of those like old Frog and Toad animated shorts, those claymations. I will also say I have no idea what key this is in. How do you pick what is the key? I don't understand. There's need to be a key. Maybe there's no key, and good for Björk for making a song with no key. I don't know how you do that. Oh, no, I make them on shit. The next song is Allow, which has another reggaeton beat. But unlike the first song, where the reggaeton beat was frightening and like imminent, this one's more like light and flowy, and it sounds like it sounds overexposed. I don't know how to describe it. It sounds overexposed. Again, this album is so weird that I don't know how to explain how it sounds without using visual imagery. I guess the props to Björk for doing this, but like her music in general is just so different from everybody else that you have to use non-sonic language to describe the feelings and the sounds of it. The next song is Fungal City, which sounds a lot like Allow, but I don't particularly care that it sounds so similar to other songs on the album because it is so different than anything else out there in the music world. So I'm okay with that, but I think Fungal City, it does what Allow does, but in every way better. Like, it sounds like a bunch of little bugs that live like in a fungus city, dancing around, they're going about their business, they're vibing, they're living, they're laughing, they're loving. I also think that like towards the end, it has this big, crazy, robust ending that reminds me of the first track, but instead the first track was so scary and panicky and you didn't know what was happening, this one is like, it's like ecstasy. Like it sounds like such a good time. It's like hitting drum beats with these like light, flowy things going around your head. It's like I should be scared, but I feel calm. Or not calm, I feel happy. I've accepted the frightening nature of this song towards the end, and you just kind of have a good time listening to it. Okay, next one is Trölla-Gabba. I don't know. Trölla-Gabba, so good. Trölla-Gabba is so fun. I think this song is like, it kind of has the same energy as Mycelia. Yeah, again, this is another one that this is a frightening track. This album plays with your emotions, and this track is scary. It sounds like a distorted baby's wail going over humming and clarinet noises. Like, how do you think of this? And then it has this drum. It is so frightening. It honestly reminds of like one of those crazy things Marilyn Manson would have made on his Smells Like Children's album. Yeah, this song is frightening. It's so cool though. It's like there's something beautiful about the frightening nature of this song. The next song is Freefall, which is a slow song. I think it's one of like the more ballad-y type songs on this album, and I think it's a great inclusion. A lot of times ballads are hit or miss for me because I kind of have to like really appreciate and relate to the lyrics to appreciate a ballad, I guess. But I think this one I think it's a solid ballad. It's a good job. Björk gets to show off her vocal stylings and feelings, and yeah, I think she does a good job for this song. I think it's cool. It's slower and more airy. But I think it's a good inclusion for having this sort of ballad type song on the album so that Björk can remind y'all that she can make stuff like this. It ends with her repeating the word illuminate over and over and over. No idea what that means. It is kind of mystical, and it's like, I imagine like I'm seeing this Björk, imagining Björk, she's in the woods and she's singing illuminate while she's illuminating in blue, and then she like disappears, and I'm like, the next song is the title track, Fossora. It's great. You can really hear the Arca influence on this song because Arca had worked with Björk on her Utopia album, I believe, which, first of all, do you know who Hungry is? Hungry is a drag artist, and she does Björk's makeup a lot of the time, and she has her own stuff that she does. And anyway, she gets Björk's aesthetic sonically down pat. But you can really hear the Arca influence on this. It sounds like it's influenced by like her Kick 3 album, which is a pretty good album. I listened to that one, thought it was cool. Wild album cover. Anyway, it's really cool. I think it's a solid title track. I always feel like the title track of the album, if you listen to the title track alone, it should pretty much explain the entire album, you know? And I feel like if you listen to this title track, you get a full idea of what this album is like. I think it's cool. I also, again, like these pounding drum noises. It sounds like a repeated electric current that just doesn't stop. You know what I mean? And it keeps going and going and going and like zapping you. And that's what the drum sounds like. And then it ends with her mother's house, which is honestly a really polite and mild-mannered way to end this album. The song itself is pretty good, it's pretty okay. However, I love that this is the song that ended the album. I love that she chose it to not end off scary or too sappy. It's just kind of like, it sounds polite. It sounds very happy and uplifting. I thought it was a great ender. I thought it was cool. I really enjoyed it. I think Björk's voice works beautifully with Isadóra. I thought it was really cool, and I thoroughly enjoyed this album. I think this album was fabulous. This album is like, there are certain art pieces, you know, that you keep in your house. Like for me, the art piece I want to keep in my house is I want paintings of like trees or paintings of like wildlife. You know what I mean? I want that art to be in my house because I want to look around it at all times. Then there are some art pieces that are reserved just for museums. You know what I mean? Like they are too frightening, too over the top, too grandiose. There are just some pieces of art that are too vigorous and like full-bodied that you don't want those in your house. I kind of viewed this album like that, you know? It's like going to a museum. You want to watch TV at your house, just like a normal whatever show, or do you want to go watch Schindler's List? This is an album like that. It's a very powerful album, but I feel like I'm not going to see myself listening to it unless I want to like fully immerse myself in the experience that is Björk, you know? Which is not a dig at all. I think it means that she made something just so wildly outside of anything else anyone is doing. I don't think you can, I have not heard another album like this ever. I don't know how Björk even conceived this thought, but good for her, dude. And I'm gonna close this off with talking about the album cover. I've seen a lot of people give this album cover flack, and I will hear none of it. This album cover is so good. Is it kind of camp? Yes, but it's really good. It reminds me of like a drag queen from RuPaul's Drag Race who went out on episode 3, but still posts pictures of themselves on Instagram so they can show off their looks. I think it's really fun. You can tell Björk thought this through, and this is how she sees this album, and if that's how she sees it, rad. I think it's super cool. Does she look like a Disney villain? Yes. Does it look like it was made by a 4th grade teacher? Yes, and I don't care, because it looks good. Anyway, the album was great. You should give it a listen if you want to and have the mental fortitude for it. Overall, I give it 8.3 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.